Sometimes back, it was discovered that Langata Cemetery is full. So they started looking for another place whereby people who die will be buried there. A place was found in Machakos. When it was found in Machakos, the government bought, the government through the City Council of Nairobi bought that land. And that is what brought in the kashfa ya makaburi ya Machakos. It was later discovered that that land, those who sold the land to the City Council were not the owners. How they got a duplicate title deed, we don't know. The owner was a widow. She said that those people who are being mentioned as owners had come to her land and wanted a long-term lease. And a later check in the registry of lands, it was found that the land was registered in her name. How these people got a second title deed, only they know. Another thing, how the lands offered a second title deed for a land that had already been registered, well, that is not for me. I've never worked in lands. Coming to the second point, there is a type of land that is meant for many burials. I didn't know. Me, what I knew was that you unakufa, unazikwa, you go. But because of this case, I came to learn that for there to be a cemetery, there is a certain type of sand that assists the body to deteriorate fast. But this type of soil that is there in the place where the cemetery was bought was the one that the bodies, they do not haziozi haraka. So that is the second thing. If the City Council wanted land, the first thing is that they had to look for the right type of soil that makes the body deteriorate fast. And two, they had to make due diligent investigations to find out the real ownership. Who is the real owner? Is this the people who are selling them? And who is doing what? That one did not happen. Then what happened? That did not happen. Then what happened? There is a person whose name is called Newton Omondi Osiemo. I'll tell you more about him. Newton Omondi Osiemo one time appeared before those people, those who are selling and those who are the government department. He said he wanted 2 envelopes. The first envelope was to be taken to the Minister for Local Governments, Mr. Musalia Mudavadi, Wycliffe Musalia Mudavadi. The second envelope was to be taken to Councillor Majiwa. Councillor Majiwa was the mayor for Nairobi. So this man was given the 2 envelopes and he left. When he left, it later came, the scandal came out and a lot of questions were being asked. is land, is the value, you know, buying an acre in the CBD, or can we say Upper Hill? Because I'm told Upper Hill is the most expensive place in Kenya. Buying land in the Upper Hill, an acre, and buying an acre of land in Lodwar town, I don't think they are the same price. So they were saying that the price of the cemetery was very high, the soil was whatever, the shamba was not belonging to the persons who are selling. So there was an investigation. And the farm that did all this said, okay, they are ready to withdraw the place, but they wanted Majiwa and Mudavadi to refund the money they gave them. That was the first time Majiwa was hearing it. That is the first time Mudavadi was hearing it. That is what they said. Now, further than that, I have no proof. But Majiwa resigned as the mayor and continued being the councillor of wherever he is. I think even today he's still the MCA. And his deputy, George Aladwa, became the mayor. Now, the question here is, who is Newton Omondi Osiemo? Was he sent to collect the money? Or did he send himself? That is a very hard question to answer. But what he did, I know where he stays. Koitobos uko Hadi, Cooperative College uko, Koitobos Road. I know he had offices. Actually, after this incident, he closed most of his offices. He had one next to Wilson Airport Police Station. He had one along James Gichuru Road. The office that he had along James Gichuru Road was called Corporate Africa, and he closed that shop, and today it is a TV station. No, you know when one tenant leaves, another tenant comes. So Ebru TV are the current occupiers of the former office that he had along James Gichuru Road. He had another office near the Israel embassy, because from his gate, from his office, you could see the GSU roadblock. He had another office along Mombasa Road, and these are the offices that he has closed. He's only remaining with the one next to Wilson Airport Police Station. So this man, he's a broker, and we have various types of brokers. We have brokers who sent themselves. There are those brokers who sent themselves, whom you sent, so that even as former police officers, as zingine tunakuwaga brokers wa police. Unakuta, but then when I say sapana anza kutuma message useme KHWATENGE ni watu ngapi, no. I'm only giving an example. There is something you want to do with the serving police officer, na anaona inaweza backfire. You insist on sending M-Pesa. He gives you my number. You send me, I send the money. I cash the money and send it to him. Nikipatikana nasema, I am not a civil servant. I'm only saying about brokers. I gave an example. Now, he was given money. When he was asked, he refused to answer. At no time did he address a press conference, but he took himself to the Integrity Center and wrote a statement, and the story ended there. Yes, the story of Machakos graveyards. But then the question is, when did Majiwa take over as the mayor? Since that time, not Majiwa, Aladwa. Since Since that time up to today, Nani has come, Evans Kidero has come, he has gone. We can even say Sonko came and went. Sasa huyu Sakaja is almost half term, but Lang'ata cemetery, which was supposed to be full, bado inaingili, bado wanazika watu huko. Count how many people are buried in Lang'ata per day. Now count all those thousands of days. Although I know that Lang'ata, there are two types of graves, because I have one relative buried there, and there is somebody who died, and he bestowed his children to me. He told them that when I die, this is your father. And within a year, his wife also died. So these kids, whenever they have issues, it is me they go to, me and KHWATENGE. Both parents are buried in Lang'ata. We cannot trace the two graves, but in Lang'ata they have two types of graves. There is the temporary and the permanent. We have some people who have bought their own and decorated them. You would think that it is a mini city. Somebody places there, buys anaitengeneza yake na spouse wake and maintains it for the rest of his or her life, or whoever will die last. But then my question here is about the temporary graves. A grave is supposed to be 6 feet deep. In Lang'ata, if you find one grave, temporary grave, is supposed to occupy 3 people. The first person is buried 6 feet, then they cover. As somebody else comes, is buried 4, and the third one is buried in 2. After some time, you are told that the grave can be dug afresh and another body be placed there. Where they take those skeletons, because they are next to KWS, we don't know. But then, that is how Lang'ata cemetery is. I would wish, in my parting statement, to tell them that they should look for a bigger cemetery, not far from. They can look for a place where they can have another cemetery so that Lang'ata is already full. Thank you.